to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin in the AFC South. It's Indianapolis on the road at Tennessee. And this one already a 2-touchdown game as they've just gone to halftime. Ryan Tannehill, a touchdown pass, but it's the defense that's been the story as they are pitching the shutout thus far. We'll stay in the AFC South as we make the trip to Houston to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they trail the visiting Chiefs in that one. Patrick Mahomes looking good. 2 touchdown passes. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And they've got the lead at halftime over the visiting Carolina Panthers. Chris Godwin, a touchdown catch in that first half. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been as tight as we expected, all tied through one half of play. For the call of the second half, let's get it back to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. Juju Smith-Schuster and the rest of this offense heading back out there. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
This is Bawden. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. And they're going to speed things up here. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Looking to throw. Brown. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Sterling Shepard with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes it a 17-10 score. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxed refreshing deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
And he powers his way up past the 30. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. Now it's Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A big play there on the screen pass. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw complete there to Bateman. 3 yards the game there, 2nd down. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. To throw is Jackson. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And down inside the 15 he goes.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Jaguars back with it on offense. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Brown. He's got his big tight end, Gronkowski. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Now a give right side. Pickens. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Pickens. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have a Jaguars 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And Lambeau will put this one through. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play there on the scramble. Oh, Lamar Jackson just so electric, Charles, when he gets into open space, and we saw Exhibit A right there.
You know something? I'm standing up here in the booth next to you watching the play. He buckled my ankles on that one as well. It doesn't matter whether you're actually on the field trying to chase him or you're just watching him play. This guy is sheer excitement.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
On 2nd and 10, Jackson, throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Jackson from the shotgun. It's brought in by Harris. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
To throw again is Jackson. Over the middle, complete. It's Harris.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Well, he'd had success earlier in the drive keeping it himself. Not here, though.
And sometimes when you have that kind of success, you can fall in love with the option a little bit too much and not give the defense credit for making adjustments themselves. And that play starts to lose its effectiveness.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the fourth.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this fourth quarter. Brown throwing to start the drive. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
Back to throw now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Brown finds the open target, Arnold. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And he'll bring this one inside the 35. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. Pickens. And he'll go down at the 28. 51 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Down to the 25. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
On 2nd down, Pickens. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Caught right side, Davis. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. 2nd and 1. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars have moved out in front. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
And they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Here's Jackson. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Nate Gary. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Pickens. And room there to work it inside the 25. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Now a handoff here to his running back. Oh, big hole right side. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 85 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. And he'll give it here to his running back. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for Jacksonville, they improved their mark to 12-4 with 1 game to go. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Baltimore, so long, everybody.